Guten Tag, welcome back to CFC TV. This is my review of the Community Shield Chelsea versus Arsenal, which Arsenal won by 1 goal to 0. I didn't make any notes for that because I don't know. I just couldn't get notes straight. It would have been way too long. Um, I just wanna. Obviously, I'm gonna start with the lineup. Was kind of obvious to be honest. Actually, no, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was Courtois in goal, Ivanovic on the right, Cahill, Terry, Aspilicueta, Matic, Ramirez started as holding midfielder, Hazard on the left, Cesc as cam, Willian on the right, and Remy up front. Maybe it was a 4-3-3 at times, but I think the main lineup was what I just said. It was very surprising to me that Costa didn't even make the bench because Jose said on Friday that he's 100% fit. And if a player is 100% fit and you play the Community Shield against Arsenal, one of your biggest rivals, maybe one of the biggest title contender next to yourself for the upcoming season, if your best striker is fit, you have to play your best striker. Maybe he was just playing, but that's not called Jose. If he's not fit, tell us he's not fit. If he's fit and he has to play. If he's not fit, he's not fit. But if he's fit, he has to play. Simple as that. Yeah, I mean, I was really surprised by Ramirez playing and not Oscar and Cesc as holding mid. And as I said, obviously surprised that Costa didn't even make the bench. A few things in the first half. We should have had a pen. 100% should have had a penalty. It was rather on the left corner of the box. Cesc got the ball, just got a little touch to the ball, played it away, and Mertesacker came running, just turned around in him and hit Cesc's stomach with his ass and his elbow. I mean, it can't really get a lot clearer than that. So basically, the new season started like the last season ended, with us not getting penalties. Yeah. Then after I think 15 minutes, or was it 24? I'm not sure. Sorry. Chamberlain scored. It was a very good goal, I have to admit. He just went past Aspilicueta after a good pass from Cazorla, I think it was. He just put it from his right to his left foot and just really hit a top corner. And nothing Courtois could have done about it. It was a very good goal. Maybe Aspilicueta could have closed him down a little bit better, but not really blaming him there, to be honest. Yeah, that was really it that was going on in the first half. It was a really bad game, first half in general, but I'm going to come to that. The second half, Falcao came on for Remy. I have to mention Remy now because he only played the first half. He was so poor. It was ridiculous. He had, I think, 6 or 7 offsides in the first half, in the first 45 minutes. The only good thing he did was hit a good cross to Ramirez, who should have scored the header. But he obviously Ramirez is rather small. He's a holding midfielder. He's not very good at heading the ball. But still, he's a professional football player. Obviously, does still train heading the ball. So he still should have scored. But I mean, what can you do against that? Ramirez also had a good shot in the first half. He just, I don't know, half a yard wide of the post. I mean, not a big chance, but he did alright, I think. Yeah, second half, as I said, Falcao came on for Remy. Obviously, with Arsenal leading the game 1-0 and knowing that we can be a threat and we are a threat, they started to defend a bit more, which is kind of ironic because they always hate it when we do it. But we're not Arsenal fans. I'm not an Arsenal fan, so I completely respect that. If you're leading by 1-0 in a cup final, you're obviously going to defend that lead. Try to hit them on the counter, maybe get a second or a third. But still, it's kind of a bit weird that they always say it's so bad and annoying that we do that, but at the same time they do it. Whatever. Then a little bit later, Oscar came on for Ramirez, who in the second half started on the wing, which was really bad. Then Hazard had a huge chance. He got played through by, I think, Oscar, maybe Cesc, I'm not sure. he was alone on goal. He took a shot, I don't know, 7 yards from goal, and I think he had it 2 or 3 yards over the goal, maybe, probably 2 yards or something. I don't know what happened there with him, but that has to be a goal, 100%. That has to be a goal. Falcao did all right, I think, but as I said, they defended really deeply, so he couldn't really cope with Mertesacker, who's like, I don't know, a foot taller than him. But you know, then towards the end, we took Aspilicueta off. Zuma came on. Don't really know why that happened. Probably to get more aerial threat with set pieces. Then we took JT off and put Moses on, and obviously we played three at the back then with Ivanovic, Cahill, and Zuma. Which was when Arsenal started to have good counter-attacks, which, to be honest, Courtois had two really, really good saves. But, that doesn't help you if you lose 1-0. That was really all that happened in that game, to be honest. Oh, yeah, Oscar had a good free kick, which check saved. But, he knows Oscar. He's obviously going to know whereabouts he's going to take his free kick because Jake moved really early so he could get there, because against most goalkeepers that probably would have gone in. So I'm going to do something that I didn't do yet, I think. I'm going to give player ratings. Courtois, for me, a 7 out of 10 because he did make the two good saves, couldn't do anything about the goal. Ivanovic, not more than 4.5, maybe a 5, because he just couldn't complete a pass. He had one good save, basically, where he just cleared the ball before, I don't know who it was, but he cleared the ball before someone could head it in. But he just couldn't get his passing straight. Whenever he tried, no matter if he tried to get it to Willian, who was on his flank, no matter if he tried to get it to Falcao in the second half. Obviously, most of this happened in the second half, the biggest problem, because first half, nothing was happening, basically. To Cesc, same thing happened every time. Ivanovic just couldn't find a player to pass the ball to. Kale was decent. JT was decent. Aspilicueta was alright, I guess. Yeah. Cahill and JT both a 7 for me. Aspi probably gets a 6.5 just because maybe he could have done more about the goal. Then Matic gets a 7, maybe 7.5. No, I'm going to give him a 7 because he did well defensively but wasn't great. Seth's going to get a 5.5 from me because he was good at dictating the play, but whenever it was needed, his through balls, his long balls, his over the defence balls just didn't find a player. Maybe it was also down to the strikers and wingers who just didn't make the right runs. But still, if he takes the pass, he sort of has to find the player. If he doesn't, if he can, just don't try to take the pass. I mean, he did find Falcao once, but Koscielny was really close to him, and Falcao couldn't control it without losing the ball. Just not possible. Then Ramirez only 50 minutes, 55 minutes maybe. In the first half, I'm going to give him a 6. Just nothing bad, nothing good, I think. Except a miss. But, yeah. Willian was by far our best player. I'm going to give him an 8. He wasn't very effective, but he was the only one that did try something, especially in the first half. Hazard, I'm going to give him a 7.5 because his second half was good and better, but he just had to score the goal. He just had to. No, actually, I'm going to give him a 7. He should have scored that. Remy, I'm going to give a 4. Nah, that's maybe a bit harsh. Let's make it 4.5 because he was just always offside. He didn't do anything. One cross, and that was it for 45 minutes. I mean, if you're going to lead the line for a club like Chelsea, you're going to have to do a bit more than be offside and hit one cross. Oscar was decent. He sort of linked up with Hazard really well. I think he should have started the game. What would I give him? Probably a solid 6.5, 7. Probably a 7. And I'm going to give Falcao a 6.5 because there was nothing he really could have done. But we held the ball up pretty well usually. And so he was alright, I guess. So I just want to say, if we would have got that penalty after 10 minutes or so, we would have won that game. I'm 100% sure of that. Because that would have meant that they would have properly had to go out and attack. We would have been able to sit back like we always do when we lead in big games. And then because Arsenal are just stupid, we just would have hit them on the counter and probably would have won 2 or 3-0 when Remy actually would have been useful because his pace is useful if you're on the counter. So yeah, obviously if Hazard would have scored that, I don't know, maybe we would have got momentum and maybe would have won 2-1 in the 90 minutes, or maybe would have gone to penalties. And I think we would have won penalties because we sort of had practice through the pre-season games. Someone has suggested to me that if Mourinho comes up with training gear, he's not taking the game seriously. First of all, he did that plenty of times in the league, but if he actually didn't take that game seriously, he really needs to change his attitude. Because it's a cup. I know it's not a major trophy. It's not the league. It's not the FA Cup. It's obviously not the Champions League. But it is a cup. And basically every country has it. And every big country at least. And it's just... If that is true, if he didn't go in that game saying, well, we really want to win this, then there's something wrong with the attitude. Because... it's not a pre-season game, at least not for me and not for any Chelsea fans, especially if it's against Arsenal. If it's against Stoke, Stoke did really well last season. Let's say, I don't know, West Brom or Leicester or something. Yeah, then we can not take it that seriously and probably still win the game, but not against Arsenal. We got to take games like this seriously. And I'm not saying that he didn't, but if he did, he really needs to change something about that. What we clearly did see is that we still need a defensive midfielder. We're not going to get one, but we need one. It's as simple as that. I hope we get John Stones and obviously Baba Rahman from Augsburg, because we can't play Sumo at left back. Come on, we're not like a championship team that can't afford enough two players for each position. We're just not that, I don't understand why we did sell Felipe Luis before we got a replacement. That's just not how we work. We're just sometimes a little bit too nice to our players that want to leave, because we have to think about who we get and agree a deal before we let them go. I mean, yeah, he wants to have proper full season with Atletico, but still, what do I care about that? I want a team that is complete with 2 left backs and every position filled, and not go for 4 weeks with just 1 left back that is actually a right back and just plays left back, which he's really good at, Aspilicueta. But still, that doesn't make sense to me. So yeah, I'm not sure how long is that video already. 30 minutes already. Sorry about that. Yeah, so that is it from me. I'm really disappointed. I think we should have done better. Oh yeah, well I didn't say it. It was a shit game overall. It was a really bad game. We were the better team in general, not by far, but a little bit better. Obviously because they defended and we had the ball, so we obviously were a little bit dominant. But they had one chance before we took off Aspilicueta and JT and went to 3 at the back. Then they obviously had counter-attacks because we just went all out attack. But before that, they only had the goal as their only chance, which really shows you how bad the game was. We had 2. Yeah, Ramirez header, Hazard's chance, and that was it. Oh yeah, and Oscar's free kick. So 3 chances for us, and 1 chance for Arsenal before we went to 3 at the back. And then they had another 2, so 3, make it 4 for Arsenal. So that tells you a lot, doesn't it? Yeah, I really hope that we can bounce back against Swansea on Saturday, because we really need to. We didn't win a single game of our pre-season games, even though I don't count this today as a pre-season game. I mean, yeah, we lost to New York Red Bulls 4-2. We played 1-1 against PSG and beat them on penalties, but that doesn't count really, does it? Then we played 2-2 against Barcelona and then won it on penalties. And now we lost 1-0 to Arsenal. That's not a good start, is it now? I mean, yeah, our players have confidence. We do have Jose, so you can build the team up. It's probably not going to get to them as much as it would for other teams. But still, it's not that good. I know for the team, it kind of counts as a win if you win on penalties, but it doesn't. If you're preparing for the league, which is obviously the main target, I mean, yeah, there's the Champions League, but there's also 2 games always, not just 1 game, which ends in penalties after 90 minutes. Um, there is no penalty shootout. There is no extra time. So if you're preparing for the league, you have to win in 90 minutes if you're going to get used to winning. Obviously, we're used to winning. I'm not saying that. But it's not good that we didn't win a single preseason game. I truly hope that we can win against Swansea on Saturday. To be honest, we have to expect that. We're the champions. We have to expect to beat us as Swansea at home. I hope Diego Costa can play. And yeah, so that was it from me. Sorry it was a bit of a long one again. Please subscribe and give it a like. And I'm not sure, I think we play Fiorentina midweek. Well, I'm probably not going to do a review about that. So I'm going to see you next Saturday for a review of the first league match against Swansea. See you later.